So this is what I have so far with my Enseo Cultural Dose, which translates to Cultural Essay 2. This is on a documentary that I'm watching on Canopy. The title of it is Fear and Learning at Hoover Elementary. The topic, it says, is the denial of education and healthcare to undocumented immigrants. I got this energy drink that I got from the corner store back at home the other day to try and help me get through what I feel is the hard part and the comprehension questions. They're at least psychologically harder for me because the questions are in Spanish and I have to answer them in Spanish. And even though I've technically been practicing for years, I'm not that fluent in it. Even though I do, at least I think I remember a good amount of the terms. Today I went in for my second pool testing session. At Rockport. And the second session went by much faster than the first one because the first one I had to fill out some digital paperwork in order to set up the necessary medical insurance account, it seems. Thank goodness for the Affordable Care Act, aka Obamacare. Allows me to be on my parents' healthcare plan, although even better would be to have a single payer system set up publicly like they have within Hispanic countries and for the United Kingdom with their National Health Service. I'm going to be doing my third Talk Abroad conversation pretty soon. I'm going to have to set up an appointment for probably 9 in the morning, 22. Although lately, I've been staying up awfully late. This glass was so overfilled that I accidentally spilled some of it while taking the lid off. And I had to clean it up. I'm officially told that we're currently behind in terms of the schedule at my American Political Thought class, so we went over some more of the Federalist Papers. I think we primarily went over the 9th and 10th Federalist paper, although the class is very much a pure lecture in that you don't really get called on much within the class. And there's little to no. The instructor writes little notes during the lectures, so typically my note-taking style for a while has been to write down whatever is displayed written. That's been my style, but it may be time to try and change that. I was given basically a 7.7 out of 10 for my first talk abroad conversation. I'm following my grades on Brockport. The latest news has been that I have about a 79.3% in my Spanish class. But that's with some assignments not being graded yet. 88 out of 10 in terms of participation. And I haven't really done the grammar journals much, but I'm hoping to get a near perfect score on the second cultural essay by trying to apply this documentary more than I did the last documentary for my first cultural essay. Basically, I'm going to try to apply this documentary for the second cultural essay in my second cultural essay more than I applied the first documentary in my first cultural essay. The semester is only about half out. I'm currently working on... I did some work on the 99th Dan Hamming today, but it's important to note that I'm not sure whether to have Kate undergo a small growth spurt or not. I'm close to finishing the framework for an action scene with Dan Hammond and Kate. I'm pretty sure that Rapper Offline has just about every text-to-speech voice in some form or another. Perhaps using Chromium, they get all the voices from different parts of the web, which makes it pretty interesting. This honey chipotle flounder was the catch of the day. It initially came with a whole lemon slice, but I just had someone, a male worker, squeeze on the lemon juice and get rid of the lemon slice, since I'm not entirely sure how edible it is. You can eat the inside parts and technically the outer rind part too, but that's not exactly pleasant. Answering the comprehension questions is a painstaking process. They require at least for me, a pretty painstaking process of typing in words in English to look them up for their Spanish equivalent on the word reference app, because that's the proper way to do it, rather than going online for an online language translator. I got couscous and what was called yellow rice at Harrison, but I just said rice. During the lecture for my American Thought class, the professor said that they're not very good at singing. That in the past, they wouldn't even be considered for being on a choir along that lines, but Now with the adoption of the current American government under the Constitution, I'm tasting that lime juice that I think was mixed in with some 2% milk. Even someone with no talent for singing can apply for every choir out there, for every choir opportunity that shows up, essentially. What's that getting at is that you have the freedom to do whatever you want with your life, but if you don't have any natural ability at something, and technically speaking, you don't have any natural abilities in specific things, in that you have to practice at something in order to get better at it. I don't know many examples where a person could just do something without practicing first. At some point earlier today, I did get to the 160% level, but this requires I hit the 150% level. And that just hasn't happened yet. I'm currently trying to win at different encounters so I can get enough provinces to earn a province expansion, and then I could upgrade this armory by moving it here, thus completing this task, and I could upgrade this residence. I think that at least that's the current plan, and I would also hopefully be able to get some space for first an elixir manufactory, then a magic dust manufactory, and then a gems manufactory. Not necessarily in that order. But then I would, after getting these 3 manufactory upgrades, I'm assuming that's what I need to unlock this, I would perhaps get this research upgrade, then this research upgrade, then maybe this one, then maybe this one, then perhaps maybe this one. That's just sort of some speculation, but we'll see how it goes. I'm currently in the process of upgrading these residences, since they used to be, they were previously at this level. So it just goes to show I still have at least one level of each of the normal residences. Well, except for the one below this one. But that's why I have plans to upgrade this one. Possibly, I might want to get the gem magic dust elixir manufactories first. I felt pretty tired in class today. Couldn't get that much sleep because I stayed up till 5 in the morning. Despite that, I initially woke up before the 9:30 alarm I set for myself on the computer, but obviously there was some difficulty in getting up today, so I just fell back asleep around, I would say, 8:50 in the morning. Then I woke up and got up when the alarm went off. That's when I went out, did the COVID pool test, which I think took a total of 20 minutes, including the walk to the main entrance of the Cirque. It's been a pretty rainy day. Got rained on walking to the pool test. Got rained on walking back. I think a little harder. Or not that I really minded. The whole time I just wore a t-shirt and didn't bring an umbrella. I think it got rained on going to class and coming back here. I also got rained on getting dinner, but by then it was just basically a dribble by then. There's a tendency for my mask to fog up my glasses when they're too high on my nose, so whenever I initially pull it up too high, and then my glasses get fogged up, I pull it down a little to try and alleviate the fog on my glasses lens, but all the rain obviously didn't really help much. Plus, due it being rainy, it was obviously pretty cloudy, so it was a relatively dark day, relatively speaking. Someone told me that VSG was going to have an event from 4 to 6. I've obviously missed that. Right before I got my dinner, I did a walk-in order of 4 Rockstar Punch cans. Although technically speaking, the walk-ins are supposed to only start once Harrison is closed down at 7. I had the walk-in order bag under my arm like this. In a way, in my hand I carried the dinner that I got from Harrison, so it was a bit of a strain on that arm. But I still managed it by simply using both arms. Or really both hands to carry the lunch. Helped to ease the burden of carrying the walk-in order from the nest. And I kept this phone in my right pants pocket while walking back here from getting dinner. Today was the first time in a while I did anything significant regarding Vast Wars, and that's because I happened to get the old fishing boat. Haven't been very active on the game lately. There has only just recently been a slight uptick in activity in regards to that game. Where is it? Yeah, that's the old fishing boat, the mini Chris Craft, the rescue boat, and the wooden boat. New notifications. I still get attacked even though I'm no longer in a game. That game's equivalent of a guild. Or clan. Both hot air balloons seem to come for me essentially at the same time for me. Each time it seems to be they seem to both appear within minutes of each other, it seems. Not complaining makes it easy to get diamonds they give me. I'm currently trying to train my strength to 40,000 so I can get the next job up from the Mafia's boss house. I upgrade the gym because it increases the effectiveness of turbo training.